Hello everybody, welcome to Wrestling Showdown here on the W3L network. Thank you for joining us on Father's Day, because that's what day it is today. And of course, what better way can you celebrate Father's Day than by coming out to see us live? Because we're in Gala Shield in just a couple of hours, so there's still time to nip on out to see us. Thanks to White Autotech, Blacks of Stitchell, and of course the amazing Crafty Connoisseur for sponsoring that event. Crafty of course sponsor all of our events this year. And if you or somebody you know would like to sponsor a W3L event or two, get in touch with us and we'll tell you how you can make that happen. It was the Summer Spectacular yesterday, and it was spectacular. If you didn't see it, shame on you. But if you didn't, maybe I'll have some information about it next week here on Wrestling Showdown. I also want to say that in case you didn't see it, up on our Facebook page, we do have a statement about the Broxburn event. Apologies to everybody that was intended to come along. One of these situations that's kind of out of our hands. We apologise again, hopefully don't get a repeat of that. But what we do have is some awesome wrestling action for you here this week on the Showdown. And we have got a women's contest. Obviously the Women's Championship up for grabs at the Summer Spectacular. And of course the two participants in this match you're about to see would both have a crack at the Women's Champion. So we're going to be seeing the returning Little Miss Roxxy, who's not seen W3L for quite a while, taking on the debuting, certainly in W3L, Gia Adams. They're no strangers to each other, they fought many times, but never here in the World Wide Wrestling League. So with a potential future championship match hanging in the balance, what will happen as Little Miss Roxxy takes on Gia Adams? Let's go down to ringside to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown. We've got a battle in the always popular women's division here this week on Showdown, featuring two women you may not be familiar with if you're a regular fan of W3L. The referee has placed his hands upon them. Thankfully there's no legal proceedings following that, and we are ready to go. There in the pink is Little Miss Roxxy, of course from the northeast of England. I'm sure you're familiar with her if you're a long time fan of Wrestling Showdown. She's appeared here in firstly September 2016. First time she appeared here, and she's appeared in the July and August of 2017, but has been seen since. Opposing her in the black is the debuting, certainly in W3L, Gia Adams, aka Gemini, as she's often known. Clearly the lesser popular of the two, it seems. Roxy getting a popular response. You know, the crowd don't like Gia Adams bowing, and surely they should be happy that she's bound to them, right? But irrespective of that, Roxy is certainly the crowd favourite. And of course she's built up a steady reputation for herself in the northeast of England. Arguably the premier female wrestler in and around the northeast. And not just there as well. She's spent a fair bit of time in Scotland, travelled over the rest of England as well. And certainly she's been out and about, and Adams maybe doesn't have as many years of experience as Roxy has, but he's got more power certainly. Just shoved her down. I mean, Roxy could barely move her. If you remember last week when we saw Mike Musso against Mark Anthony, it was a very similar situation. You had two large men who are not used to wrestling somebody of their own size, and they could barely shift each other. Roxy's given up about 6 inches in height or thereabouts. And yeah, that's patently obvious. Can't quite reach Gia Adams. Happy with that. Now these two have wrestled before. Oh, Roxy knew exactly what to do. Laces the fingers now, trying to test his strength. But Adams gets the foot, but oh, and bends Roxy. That's not the smartest of moves, purely because Roxy's incredibly flexible. And that isn't going to put the pressure on her spine that it would do to a less flexible wrestler, shall we say. As I mentioned before, they have wrestled each other numerous times all throughout the northeast. They hold victories over one another, so this is just a continuation of their rivalry that is coming here to W3L. Roxy gets shoved in the corner. Now Adams applies the headlock. With that height advantage, it means that she can just lean down on Roxy a little, make it harder for her to get out, wrench the neck a bit more. Roxy sends out the ropes, but Gia Adams runs right through her. And the crowd aren't happy with it, but it's certainly effective. She ducks on that clothesline. Roxy's not that tall, so it wasn't an easy task. Oh, hold on, floats over. Vernon Carey nearly ending that one. Ducks a close in again. Oh, Adams doesn't realise and trips over Little Miss Roxxy. You think they're wise to each other's tricks, but I guess they're always pulling something new out the bag. And oh, roll up. Roxxy could be ending this one soon. As Adams goes to the floor. Because at stake is a potential crack at the W3L Women's Championship. Obviously this weekend it has been up for grabs. And as we've seen, it's become sort of a hot commodity in the past few months here in W3L. Of course, Emily Hayden winning the vacant title at Resolution last year. Jayla Dart chased her to get hold of it, and eventually it was an impromptu double title match in a tag team contest, which I'm sure you saw right here in Showdown, that allowed Dark to finally get hold of it. Of course, this weekend is proving that the Women's Championship is always hotly contested, no matter who is challenging for it. Gia Adams a couple of times has broken the count, and it just gives her more time on the floor to recover. It means also Roxy gets time to recover as well. So Adams is taking her time, dictating the pace, because Roxy moves a little bit faster and was using a slightly quicker pace of match. Goes across, but Adams just smacks her one. Gia Adams seems to be able to absorb more punishment than Roxy, maybe because she's just a bit bigger than her opponent. And she's off. And Roxy giving chase. Thank goodness Benny Hill's not a referee. Well, then again. And both women either side of the ring. Oh, and they collide. And Roxy, I think, got the better of that one, getting a little bit ahead of steam. Taking her frustrations out on Gia Adams. You don't want to let up with her. I mean, Adams may not have a lot of years of experience, but she's proven successful. She is some of the best in the Northeast. She's won some championships as well. And she's got enough presence of mind to break the count again. Because of course, when a wrestler enters the ring like that and comes back out, the referee has to restart the count from scratch. As Roxy threw herself at the former Gemini, who runs her right into the ring post, lower back first. And no matter how flexible Little Miss Roxxy might end up being, it's still going to cause her a lot of discomfort. Adams almost revelling in the disapproval of this crowd. And she seems to have the match going firmly her way. You see she's slowed the pace down, makes it work for her. Roxy's rolling right across the ring, trying almost to get out. Adams hooks the legs, however, but just gets herself a 2 count. That was clever by Roxy. Again, she's been wrestling some of the very best in the UK, up and down this country. So she's obviously been learning more and more and more and getting better and better. And there's a veteran move by Roxy there. She rolled at the ring, rolled as far away as she could, but didn't quite prevent her being throttled on the ropes by Gia Adams. Just stomping away at Roxy, and sticks her foot right in her throat. Roxy gasping for air. And Adams doesn't want to take her mind off her opponent. Don't concentrate on the crowd. Oh, and a close down with ease. Roxy went down with absolute ease. Adams seeking approval, but the crowd isn't going to give it to her. Goes for a cover. This could end it, however. Either of these women challenging for the Women's Championship would certainly be a sight to behold. I think they both make for fantastic challengers. Maybe a matter possibly if as opposed to when, because you never know how things are going to go. Anything can happen at a live W3L event. Huge forearm by Adams. Roxy was trying to move out the way and just got knocked right over. Being choked on the ropes yet again. So again, Gia Adams dictating the pace, keeping it slow, not expending too much energy. It's a great thing about choking somebody on the ropes. Yes, it's illegal and you've only got a count of 4 before the referee potentially can disqualify you, but it cuts your opponent's oxygen from their lungs and gives you the chance to not expend so much energy while you're doing it. Now Adams with a form of a ground abdominal stretch. She's wrenching away at Roxxy, obviously. She's facing away from the camera, unfortunately. But she's got her kind of twisted around the midsection. Roxxy's flexibility may lessen the impact and effectiveness of this. And Roxxy slipped out and turns it into the Wakagatame. In Japan, that's known as the Fujiwara armbar, because it was popularised by Yoshiaki Fujiwara. And he gets rolled up, or rather she does, Little Miss Roxxy, not Fujiwara. Gia Adams turned it into a crucifix, got a very close near fall. And again just saying, look, I've got this going my way and firmly control this contest. Indeed, this is the debut of Gia Adams both in W3L and the Wrestling Showdown. And I think she'll make for a fine opponent for many of the females in W3L. I'm sure we'll see more of her win, lose or draw here. Roxxy firing back, hitting her with everything, feeding off this crowd. No doubt she's had a couple of cups of tea before she came out. She's a big fan of tea. Also likes Greg's as well. Just thrown right in the corner. Oh, and ducks out the way. There's the speedy Roxxy, who sweeps the legs of Gia Adams, takes her down and drop kicks her as she comes over the top rope. See Roxxy pulls her away from the ropes, pulls her out the corner, hooks a leg. Good move on her part, get her opponent as far away from the ropes as she could. It wasn't enough to put her away. Oh, Roxxy got caught, and one forearm felled her like a tree. The lumberjack of Gia Adams doesn't quite get it. I thought it was going to be it. Smacked with a forearm, Roxxy collapsed. Gia Adams straight for the cover. I thought it was going to end it, but Roxy's not quite done yet. Again, a potential Women's Championship opportunity on the horizon. Anything is possible. Oh, kick to the head. Nice move by Roxxy. Now taking it up a level. Oh, and a double foot stomp right to the upper spine. And again, straight for a cover here, but Gia Adams shoving Roxxy away. Roxxy gives up a lot of body weight. She's not a particularly heavy person. She's very lithe, nimble, not very heavy. So she's easier to throw around and move off you. And with these forearms. There's a reversal. And Roxxy, oh, swings round. This is what somebody knows as the Iron Octopus. And Gia Adams, Roxy's wrapped around like a limpet, but she backed her in the corner. I think that's that familiarity they used to have with each other. Oh, right in the foot. Roxy ran face first into it. You've got to think the W3L Women's Champion is watching this one very closely. I feel Roxy kicking out, but I mean, either of these women could be the next challenger. Adams is certainly impressed in her W3L debut. Roxy is impressive as ever. Adams setting up. She's going for a suplex, some kind. Roxy fighting it. Grabs her legs on. Jackknife cradle. Floats over and gets the pinfall victory. Great move by Little Miss Roxxy. I don't think Adams was quite expecting it. Got her legs swept from under her. Roxy hits the jackknife cradle and bridges Adams enough to score the pinfall victory here this week on Wrestling Showdown.
A victory there for Little Miss Roxxy. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of her here on Wrestling Showdown. Hopefully Gia Adams appears more often as well. So was the Summer Spectacular yesterday, Gala Shields today. It's been a fair old weekend of W3L action, and believe it or not, we've got more events on the horizon. Resolution season is coming round very, very soon. And of course, for more information on that, for more information about our live events, just W3L in general, why don't you hit up our website? You can get tickets for future events from there. Join the mailing list while you're at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us over on Twitter, join us on Instagram, and of course use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Show whenever you chat about this show, as I'm sure you do all the time, right? Get in touch with us, let us know who you want to see at future W3L events, what you liked about the Summer Spectacular, what, if anything, you disliked about that event as well. And come back here in 7 days' time, because I'm going to be bringing you more wrestling action, more wrestling showdown, more news about live, future events, and a whole bunch more right here on the W3L Network.